So what's going on, everyone? It's your boy Trippy, back with another video. Today we got Outlaw Truth on the channel. Say what's up.
Hello, hello.
So today we're going to be talking about Boruto's Team 7 versus Naruto's Team 7. We're just going to be talking about like the kid members, so not Kakashi or Konohamaru. And we're also going to exclude Kawaki. So did you want to talk about Sasuke?
Sasuke, since even the beginning of the series, Naruto Part 1, is touted as being a genius, the best of the best of, the children. Excluding maybe some arguments can be made for Neji. He's shown his extreme rate of growth in just a month in the shooting exams, where he goes from being completely blitzed by weightedly to going to near weightlessly speed or around there. And then we get into things like the curse mark, which amp him exponentially. There's some arguments to be made for them being above 10 times. It basically just makes his chakra more sporadic and gives him an overall amp in strength, which is also what allows him to keep up with people like QB Amp Naruto and things at the end of the Final Valley. So Sasuke's main power comes from the curse mark, like I said, and the Sharingan. Some data books even saying that he brings the Sharingan's power, like the true power, out of it, and he is like one of the best with it in the Uchiha clan. Moving on from that, we basically go on to how strong he is in the curse mark state. Even after using the curse mark, it's kind of ambiguous to whether or not this is supposed to be taken seriously for scaling matters. But moving straight on from his Naruto fight, he goes on to meet up with Kabuto and Orochimaru, and he's basically disrespecting Orochimaru, and Orochimaru's getting a little mad. And then Kabuto's like, "Yeah, bro, you gotta stop it. This guy's like a beast. He'll beat you up." and then Sasuke, he literally, I think he just looks at Kabuto and fear hacks him. Like, it's a similar thing to what Orochimaru did to Kakashi whenever they were like protecting Sasuke or whatnot. He was able to fear hack someone that's on his level. It's stated multiple times that he's like relative to Kakashi, and then Kakashi is supposed to be the top of the top Jonin of Konoha, which Konoha is the strongest village. With something like that under his belt, it's clearly nothing to scoff at. He's like obviously a sort of a threat to strong opponents that we know in the series. And I think he's just a genius, a rare genius, a rare prodigy.
I'm gonna be talking about Naruto. So Naruto at his peak in part 1 is obviously the One Tails cloak. You could argue like the Yamabunta stuff, but so around that time in his One Tail cloak, like just beforehand, he tanks a Chidori and keeps fighting like it didn't even happen. The Chidori is no joke. Like, it's really powerful. It pierced through Gaara's defense as he was transforming into like the pseudo One Tails. Gaara's said to have the ultimate defense, so I mean, yeah, the Chidori's is pretty strong. I mean, Naruto just tanked one. Sasuke says that it should have impaled his right lung, so he kind of ate it and then regenerated his lung. In the One Tails cloak, Naruto is pretty relative to CM2 Sasuke, who should have like you said, a bare minimum like 10 times amp, and it was stated by Jirobo.
Yeah, the arguments for that is basically that the baseline this curse mark is 10 times. Everyone says 10 times, they say it multiple times. And then in I believe it's data book 2, I think it's the Konoha 100 Leaves collection, whatever. They say that Kimimaro seal and Sasuke seal are the Heaven and Earth seal. They're especially strong amongst the curse mark. So they give an argument for them being a better amp, and not just 10 times.
You can say it's better, but I mean the 10 times is pretty much all we have to go off of. So I mean that just pretty much means that Naruto in the One Tail cloak is at least 10 times his base. With his base, I mean his base is pretty impressive as well. In base, at the start of the series, he was able to use the shadow clone jutsu and make hundreds, if not thousands, of clones just using his base chakra, and it was never really implied that he used the QB in this situation.
He was a little bit amped though, I will say that.
Oh yeah, it's like you said, like a mental amp, but it wasn't like a QB amp. He also did something similar later against the pseudo partially transformed Gaara, and he still had enough chakra to summon Gamabunta afterwards, which he was also mental amped during that encounter as well. But yeah, Naruto in the One Tails cloak should be at least 10 times what he was able to do there, and then like what
Sakura. Same goes for Sasuke.
Yeah, same goes for Sasuke. God. I was gonna say Sakura. Sakura has nothing to really go off of, like, except losing her hair. Okay.
There's one singular feat for Sakura in the entire series. I've read the series 3 times, and there's one feat. It's at the beginning of the Land of Waves. It's whenever Zabuza comes in at first. Zabuza throws his sword at the Team 7. And Sakura actually reacts before Naruto can, and pulls him out of the way. Now, I don't remember the exact context of it. Naruto may have been off guard, but that's all she has, literally. And that doesn't get her anywhere in this battle,
Yeah.
Boruto, like, Boruto's Team 7
is
are
different.
prodigies. Yeah, I can get on with Sarada. So, Sarada, she basically is she's just a female Sasuke. She has the Chidori, she has the Sharingan, and honestly, I'm gonna be honest, she is just stronger. She just has better feats to go off of. Now with her feats, that being the Boro fight in Boruto, she fights one of the car members, enters named Boro, along with her teammates, and she was just blatantly outperforming everyone in that fight. When she fights Boro one-on-one, they start fighting. She was in her Sharingan state, and then they're like doing a speed battle kind of thing. She's like, okay, this guy he's pretty strong, but he isn't fast. Like I can outspeed him. And she proceeds to do that. She does just that, and then you see that her ninjutsu was also nothing to play with in comparison to Boro. Whenever Boro uses his lava, he uses his lava style, which is basically fire and earth style combined. And she uses a normal fireball jutsu, and they cancel each other out. So not only did she have to cancel out his lava, she also had to cancel out the rocks, the earth style within the lava. That basically goes on to Kara members basically being like how could I explain, like the Akatsuki of Boruto, if not even higher. With one guide, I think it's one of the Boruto, I think it's 1.5. They say that their skills are predicted to be on Naruto's level. Now clearly, that's not true for every single member, but this is just showing how strong they actually are and how far they will go to explain how strong they are. That's why I think she's just stronger than Sasuke.
And then you got Boruto. I mean, Boruto's like, he's just a different level of power compared to Naruto. His strongest state is, you could argue, like Borushiki or like the true essence form.
Ooh, man. But if he goes into that, it's pretty bad.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, there's not much of a difference between those two forms besides who's like in control. But Borushiki was able to keep up with Code, who is stated to be stronger than Jigen without his limiters on. He did have the limiters on during that encounter, but like Code, he's in the ballpark of like Jigen.
The main feat for me, based on around the whole Borushiki and True Essence Karma, is whenever he fights Code, there's some statements of Code being stronger than Delta. I wouldn't say I personally would believe those just based on the feats that are performed. If you do believe those and you think he's faster and stronger than Delta, Delta is just blatantly relative to 6 past Sage Mode Naruto. I know a lot of people don't like to acknowledge it and don't like to say it. They were able to
swap hands, so
yeah, she was swapping hands. Now to the whole holding back Naruto argument, he just wasn't holding back in the parts that mattered. He was holding back at the beginning of the fight when they started initially clashing, but they both were. We see Delta basically has 2 forms of taijutsu. She has one she uses whenever she's like just kicking. She's purely kicking. She does it with one single punch. And then once they both flare out their chakra and they both transform, essentially, she utilizes punches more. She uses punches and kicks. That just shows that she has a different fighting style when she's actually going all out. And then when they both go all out, they are just relative to each other. So that's why I think Borushiki is just a different level in terms of comparisons.
He was also able to like blitz adult Sasuke. He was off guard and low on chakra, but like I don't really see One Tail's Naruto being able to pull something like that off. And he was also able to swap hands with Kawashiki, who could be argued above Code, as Code kind of needed Daemon in order to save him from Kawaki's attack when he was in that form. He also has stuff like the Odama Rasengan, which is just a huge Rasengan. He can also compress the Rasengan into the Rasendan, which is like a small Rasengan bullet. And then
is there anything else we need to go over?
Nah, I don't think Sage Misuke really needs much said. Like, he blitzed Boruto era Orochimaru when he was in Sage mode.
I mean, if we're doing the whole matchup like Naruto's fighting Boruto and then Sarada's fighting Sasuke, and we have Mitsuki fighting Sakura, and then like
it's not much of a comparison. I think any single member of Boruto's Team 7 could speed blitz and kill any of the Naruto, like the whole Naruto Team 7's team. Like any single member could probably take down the whole team.
Not a bad take. I would probably agree.
Well, yeah, that's pretty much it then.
All right. Well, thanks for having me on the channel.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, well, that's it. Thanks for watching. Make sure to check out Truth's channel. It'll be linked in the description. Also, make sure to like, subscribe, consider becoming a channel member, all that good stuff. And with that, Trippy out. Peace.